Hello, Tony here. I just wanted to make a quick video before we start the flow that you don't actually need yoga blocks before you begin, and you can do all the poses without a block. It's just that they're really handy to have to kind of alter or modify a pose to suit your kind of level where you are, or to get a deeper stretch. So if you do have them, great, let's go. And if you don't have them, don't worry, you don't need them. You can do it without them. So hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you in the flow. Coming into a seated cross-legged position, we are going to take some breaths before we start our flow. Hands on our knees. We're going to inhale through our nose deeply. We're going to allow our chest and our stomach to expand as we fill our body with air. Exhaling deeply, emptying out the chest and the stomach. Slow breaths through our nose, feeling the cool air coming in and the warm, heated air leaving our nose. Focusing entirely on the breath in this moment. On our next inhale, we are going to raise our palms to the air, looking up, and exhaling, bringing them gently back down to our side. One more, raising our hands in the air, looking up, and exhale, bringing them back to our side. One more, inhale, and exhale, back to the side. So first we are going to warm up our body a little bit, and for this you will not be needing your blocks, so please place them to the side of your mat. So coming into Samastiti, we're going to raise our hands looking up, inhale, stretch through the spine, exhale, forward fold, straight or bent knees, inhale, half lift, spine straight, and exhale, step back into plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhaling in upward dog and exhaling in downward dog. 5 breaths here, stretching through the shoulders, spine nice, long and straight. If you want to pedal your feet out, that is perfectly okay. Giving ourselves a nice stretch, preparing ourselves for the flow. Now raising our head, inhaling, we're going to step up to the front of our mat. Exhale, folding down, knees bent or straight. And inhale, we're going to come back up to Samastiti, raise our hands, and exhale, bring them down. One more, inhale, raise the hands, look up, and exhale, fold gently over your straight or bent knees. Inhale, half lift, spine straight. Exhale, step back, Chaturanga Dandasana, inhaling into upward dog, and exhaling, coming into downward dog. 5 breaths through the nose here, making sure our wrists are aligned with our shoulders. Keep inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. In. And on our next exhale, we're going to come onto tabletop, and we're going to inhale in cow and exhale in cat, tucking our abdomen in. Cat pose is a great way to activate your Mahabandha by tucking our abdomen in right to our spine. Keep inhaling and exhaling. Inhale, cow, looking up, creating that concave shape with our spine. Exhale in cat. Inhale into cow. And then exhale, we're going to come into tabletop. Inhale, coming up to the front of our mat, and we're going to grab our yoga blocks for the yoga block part of the flow. So grabbing your 2 blocks, we're going to place them on our mat, shoulder width distance apart. Perfect, test it out. Make sure, because we are going to be doing a downward dog on it, and your wrists need to be properly supported. If you have any wrist problems, I don't recommend using the blocks. So Samastiti, we're going to inhale, look up, exhale, forward fold over straight or bent knees. Inhale, half lift on our blocks, and exhale, we're going to step back, Chaturanga Dandasana, onto the blocks. Inhaling into upward dog, we're going to take 3 deep breaths through our nose here. This is a deeper stretch than the usual upward dog due to the blocks, so enjoy it. Exhale, coming into downward dog, 5 breaths through our nose here. Make sure that your wrists are properly supported. I recommend not using foam yoga blocks because those can be a little too soft for these positions. On our next inhale, we are going to raise our right leg up, 3-legged dog, bending that knee and taking it to the side for Kamatkarasana or Wild Thing. Our left leg is straight, our right leg is behind us with the heel lifted. Reach the arm overhead and keep breathing through the nose and out through the nose. Gently coming back into a side plank, we're going to open up our knee and coming into a normal plank. We are going to inhale, come into downward dog, taking a breath here. And exhale, we're going to bring that left leg up, bending it and bringing it behind us. For Wild Thing, the opposite side. Opening our chest, balancing on that right arm. Breathe deeply. This is a tough pose. And exhaling, we're going to gently come back on our blocks into a plank, coming into downward dog. Pedaling out your feet if you wish, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. We are going to gently come into upward facing dog. Opening our chest here again, breathing through our nose and exhaling through our nose. Feeling that deep stretch coming into down dog. 5 deep breaths here through the nose. Keep breathing. Next, we are going to bring our left leg up to the left yoga block. For Virabhadrasana 1, we are going to lift our hands and breathe deep, looking up to your palms, joint if you wish. Make sure your knees are straight above your ankles, even though they are on the yoga block. That is very important. Exhaling, we're going to come into Warrior 2. Deep breath here. Interlocking our fingers behind our back. Inhaling, lengthen our spine, and exhaling, we're going to bring and fold over between our legs. This is going to open our hips and stretch our hamstrings. 5 breaths here through your nose. And slowly inhaling, coming back to straight standing, Warrior 2, and exhaling, we are going to pop that right foot on our right block really gently and slowly, and we're going to come into a Warrior 3, Virabhadrasana 3, or if you wish and you feel like your balance is good today, then join me for a Natarayasana. So we are going to bring our right heel toward our backside, and we're going to reach back with our right hand to grab our foot. Reach in from the inside and ideally not the outside, which is what I happen to be doing here. Coming back to standing, and we're going to come into a tree pose. Bringing the right leg bent on the top of our left thigh, hands in prayer, taking deep breaths here. Trying to concentrate on maybe a spot in front of you to keep the balance. Swinging our right knee back in front of us, we're going to straighten it and place it down on the yoga block. Inhale, look up, and exhale, we are going to come into a yogi squat. 5 breaths through our nose here. Malasana is great for digestion and just a general really nice relaxing pose. On our next inhale, we are going to stand up, raise our hands, look up, and exhale, we are going to gently step off the yoga blocks. Samastiti, hands up, inhale, exhale, fold over straight or bent knees. Inhale, half lift, and coming back onto our yoga blocks. We're going to Chaturanga Dandasana, exhale and inhale into upward dog. Exhale, coming into downward dog for 5 breaths. Pedaling out your feet if you wish. Deep breaths through the nose. On our next inhale, we're going to bring the right leg up and stepping it to the front of our mat on our right yoga block. Coming into powerful warrior pose, lifting our hands, looking up to the sky, inhaling and exhaling, knees directly over ankles, breathing through the nose, keeping our left foot at a 45 and 60-degree angle, which will help avoid torsion on our knee. Coming into warrior 2, inhale and lengthen, interlocking our fingers behind our back, and exhale, we are going to fold forward, opening that chest, keeping our back straight and our neck in line with our spine. Inhaling, we are going to come back up, and exhale, coming back to warrior 2. Inhale, we're going to look to the front of our mat, hands to prayer, and come into either your warrior 3 or Lord of the Dance pose. You might wobble, and if you do, I suggest putting your foot down on the mat, holding the inside of our feet, straightening our hand, looking towards it. This is going to be very difficult on the yoga block, so if you want to do it on the mat, that is fine. Gently coming out of it and coming into a tree pose. So our left leg bent out to the side, coming onto our right thigh. 5 breaths here, hands to prayer, straightening the spine, tailbone reaching the mat, and swinging that left leg in front of us, we are going to straighten it and place it back on our block. Inhale, raise your arms up, look up to the sky, and exhale, coming into a yogi squat on our blocks. 5 breaths here through the nose. Inhaling through our nose and exhaling slowly. Keep breathing. And on our next inhale, we're going to stand up, Samastiti, raising our hands, looking up to the sky. And exhale, we are going to come gently off of our yoga blocks. Inhaling, look up. Lengthen, exhale, fold over straight or bent knees. Inhale, half lift, spine straight. Coming back onto our blocks. We are going to Chaturanga Dandasana, inhale in upward dog, and exhale coming into down dog. Staying here for a breath, we're going to drop to our knees into tabletop, and we are going to come into a puppy pose with our hands on the blocks. This is going to give your chest and shoulders a deeper opening than usual puppy pose. So we're going to stay here for 5 deep breaths. Inhaling in and out. Our hips should be over the knees and our palms facing down on the yoga blocks. 1 more breath. And on our next inhale, we're slowly going to come onto our stomachs, staying here for a breath through our nose, and we're going to come into a low cobra. 5 breaths through the nose here. Gentle stretch to our lower back. Inhaling in and exhaling, we are going to gently roll onto our backs for a shoulder stand. So if you're on your period or you have high blood pressure, I would advise against in doing this posture. And if you have any neck problems, I will show you the first variation that is an easier variation to the shoulder stand. So grabbing our block, we're going to lift our hips, inhale, and exhale. We will raise our legs, straighten them, keeping our palms on the mat, holding it here. If you wish to perform variation 2, we are going to take our block, raise our arms above our heads, and place our block where our hands are the furthest to reach. Then we are going to inhale, bringing our legs up and lengthening them. We're going to take 10 deep breaths through our nose here. And again, if you have any sort of neck injury, do not do this pose. Breathing in through our nose and out through our nose. Dropping all our bandhas here. Focusing on the breath. Next, we are going to slowly, keeping our legs extended, bring our toes to touch the block behind us. Placing our palms on the mat, taking 5 breaths here. Through our nose, inhale and exhale. This is a tough one, guys, so be patient. And using our hands as a brake, vertebrae by vertebrae, we are going to roll back onto our backs. Taking a breath, knees bent, feet on the mat. Breathing in, grabbing that block from behind us. And we're going to place it beside. Our next pose is going to be Matyasana, which is our counter pose to the shoulder stand. So inhale, raise the hips, placing our hands below us, thumbs touching. And exhale, we're going to come onto our elbows. Hips dropped, pointing our toes. Chest open and drop the crown of your head to the mat. Or if you have neck issues, keep your head in line with your spine, straight and lifted. 5 breaths here. Then gently sliding our head back on the mat, lifting our hips, we're going to put our hands beside us and bringing our knees bent, feet on the mat, taking a deep inhale in through our nose and out through our nose. Relaxing here. And on our next inhale, we are going to roll onto our side and we are going to come up in a tabletop. Next, we are going to do a crow pose. Now, you can use a block for this if you'd like to make it easier. So I'll just show you there, placing the block behind us. We are going to put our feet, both our feet, on the block. Hands strong, palms on the mat. And we're going to bring our knees onto our upper arm, lifting our head, looking forward and breathing. And if you'd like to join me to do it without the block, that is perfectly fine too. So 5 breaths in crow. Our weight shifted forward onto our hands, a really good strengthening exercise for your wrists. Breathing, keeping still, in through the nose and out through the nose. And on our next exhale, we're going to drop our feet to the mat and come into a sitting position for a breath. we're going to move our blocks to the front of us, and we are going to do a child's pose. But we are going to use our blocks shoulder width distance apart, our head just between the blocks, hands in prayer, fingers pointing towards our tailbone, right behind our neck, giving that deeper stretch to our triceps and our shoulders. Inhaling and exhaling here through our nose, resting. Slowly straighten your hands in front of you and lift your head and push yourself up. We are going to place our blocks to the side and come into a cross-legged, or just simply sit on your heels. We're going to finish our flow today by taking deep breaths through our nose and out through our nose, filling our chest and our stomach and emptying it. Focusing on that cool breath in and the warm breath leaving our body. Inhaling, raising our hands in the air, looking up to the sky, and exhaling, pushing the energy around us down by our side. Inhale, look up to the sky, reach up, and exhale, bring your hands back down to our side. One more inhale, and a slow exhale, bringing it down. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed it, and namaste.